All right, so we got a lot to talk about today, man. I saw Marty Mar on Instagram answering a bunch of questions, so we might go over a couple of those questions and answers, because some of them answers are kind of crazy, man. And then we also got to react to Rell to Reel's last couple of videos. As you guys know, been out for a couple of days, so there's a couple of videos on Rell's channel we definitely got to react to. But like I was saying, Marty Mar was on Instagram answering a bunch of questions that he got, and then I saw this one question, right? Somebody was asking him, what's your end game goal besides assisting CJ? And this was his answer. Now, I'm not going to read this word for word. You guys can pause the video and read this, right? But right in the middle here, it says, I'm a hustler. I'll make money regardless. But meanwhile, I make 7 times 100K. 7 times 100K a year, which I used to max out at 110K a year at my 7-year job I was at. So I guess that was like the furniture store, right? He was maxing out at 110,000, but now he's making 7 times 100K a year. So that's $700,000. Now we know Marty Mar is really not that active on YouTube. He doesn't really drop that whole, he doesn't really drop much videos on YouTube. He's kind of active really on Instagram. So he's not making $700,000 from social media. He's got to be making this money from Raffles, or I guess assisting CJ, like the person was asking him, what's your end game goal? And he says, I'm making $700,000. $700,000. I mean, at this pace, to be honest with you guys, Marty Mar is probably going to get a Lamborghini before Rell to Reel. Because I don't even think Rell makes $700,000 a year. I mean, you just got to see. I mean, you guys can rewind and check out the answer again. Marty Mar says 7 times 100K. So I'm guessing CJ probably does 7 raffles a year, and he's making $100,000 off of each raffle. From each raffle, Marty Mar is making $100,000. I don't even think Rell's YouTube channel makes anywhere close to $700,000. Even with the raffles, Rell does like 1 raffle. I don't know how many raffles does Rell does. So I can see how Rell is probably frustrated that Marty Mar is making $700,000, and Rell here, I don't know. It seems like he's struggling to get that Lamborghini, man. But let me check out this video.
Up every day and pissing people off that always want to compare me with CJ, because it's funny to me. Y'all tell me to go after certain vehicles, and then when I go look at the damn vehicles that y'all tell me to go look at, now I want to be like.
I mean, honestly, I don't think people should be comparing Rell to CJ on 32's. I can see how he acts, or he might want to be like CJ on 32's. But at this point, especially after what I just read, I think we should be comparing Rell to Marty Mar. All right, Rell is not on CJ on 32's level. He's probably catching up to Marty Mar. If Marty Mar is making $700,000 a year, I know Rell is not making $700,000 a year. I mean, he could be. I could be wrong. He could be with the raffles, because he does like back-to-back raffles. I don't know, like, how many raffles does Rell do? Because, I mean, at this point, like we just saw, Marty Mar says 7 times 100K. So I guess CJ on 32's does 7 raffles. I don't really count all the raffles he does per year. But Rell's probably like somewhere in the same range, probably like 7 or 8. Like if I had to guess, his YouTube channel, Rell's YouTube channel might be making like, I don't know, like $15,000, $20,000 a month. So it's got to be the raffles. Do you guys think his raffles with the YouTube money would allow him to make what Marty Mar makes? Because I can see how he thinks people are trying to compare him to CJ on 32's, but I think they should be comparing him to Marty Mar now.
CJ all the time. But y'all the one tell me to go look at these vehicles. I don't be understanding. But at the end of the day, I love pissing y'all off, so that's what I do it for. Because y'all really don't be wanting me to do it. Y'all say that stuff so I can back out of stuff, or not do it because y'all hating on me. But at the end of the day, I'ma always be supportive of everything CJ got going on. But y'all have to realize, CJ has every vehicle not go get not one vehicle that he don't have. And all of us have the same exact taste, the same exact style almost. My style a little bit different, but we have the same taste. Do you want to?
So I'm just curious, man. Like, CJ is now on his ninth Lamborghini, right? Ninth Lamborghini. And Rell, like, when is Rell going to get a Lamborghini? I mean, he's got to get a Lamborghini. He's got to get a McLaren at this point. I mean, you got Quan. Quan is like, how old is Quan? Like 22? Quan has got a McLaren 720S. He's got a Lamborghini. He's got a bunch of cars. Like, what is Rell doing? You got to, like, catch up at least with Quan. I mean, I can see how people are, like, comparing him to CJ on 30. Like I said, like, before I read what Marty Mar responded with to that person and to that person's question on Instagram, yeah, I can see how people were comparing him to CJ on 32's. But now I don't think, you can't compare him to CJ. CJ was on his 9th Lamborghini. Unless Rell's on his 4th Lamborghini, then maybe we can compare him to CJ on 32's. But, I mean, like, he's got to get a McLaren or a Lamborghini at this point. It's been almost like 2 years that he's been shopping around different dealers. I remember when he went to Texas, he went to several dealers, right, and said, no, I got to pick the right McLaren. So you did all this research. And I get it, right? He's dropped recent videos saying that the McLaren dealership did him dirty. This dealership did him dirty. But I thought you did all this research for 2 years. Like, you're gonna have to jump into the exotic car territory.
Every single person that's around us. Is y'all gonna say I'm copying off somebody? I go get a box Chevy? No, I had 6 box Chevys. I had 2-door box Chevys. I had 2-door box Chevy back in 2021. I mean, 2021 I had a 2-door box Chevy on 26-inch Ruchas. With slam in it, all that. I had a LS box Chevy when I was 19 years old. 19 years old, and I built 6 of them on the channel. I have Hellcats.
Box Chevys and Hellcats. I mean, I just feel like that stuff is getting kind of old now, man. Like, I was expecting, Rell, you're gonna have to get a McLaren or a Lamborghini. And in this video, right, he went to so this is the video where he went to the Lamborghini, right, that used Lamborghini dealer, the one we dropped already a couple reaction videos a couple days on, right, that Aventador, the 2012, the used Aventador. But then right after this, right, he went to Ertz Motor Cars. So why did he not get the car? They have Lamborghinis at Ertz Motors. He could have just picked up a Lamborghini there or picked up another exotic car. Like, I don't get it.
300s. I have trucks, dualies, 1500 Rams, all of that. I've had so many cars in my life, I can keep going. I had 7 Cutlasses. 7 Cutlasses, all of them on rims, except one, because I sold it to a dude in Helena, and he ended up putting wheels on it. But I bought wheels for it. I just never put them on. So, honestly, y'all got to stop trying to compare people and keep trying to put people against each other, and it's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? When this offer got put on the table for me, that had nothing to do with CJ, me, nobody else that be around us, or nobody on YouTube. My finance company sent me the vehicle because they said they found one within the price range of my McLaren. So they sent me that vehicle personally to go check on and go look at it. And if I want to buy it, I'm already approved for it. They already got the money down. They already got the check back from McLaren Boston. Everything is a go. Only thing I have to do is sign the papers if I want the vehicle today. If I want it today, I can ride off in my new Lamborghini Aventador today and piss all y'all off. So when y'all keep comparing people, it just makes us madder and make us shit on y'all more. So if you don't want to get pissed off, stop saying stuff and stop coming to the channel. If you don't like what I'm doing, or you don't like the content I put out, or you don't like the vehicles I buy because someone else has the vehicles, please and thank you, stop watching the channel. Please go over there to the next channel, because I'm going to make you so mad, because every vehicle I get, I'm going to piss you off with it. Because
But what vehicles did you get, though? You didn't get those vehicles. That's the crazy thing. You've been saying for like, I honestly don't even know at this point, but it feels like it's been like 2-3 years that he's been saying he's going to get a McLaren 720 Performance, right? And he's been to all these dealerships every time he goes to a dealer. And this is what I'm saying, like, it's just like every dealership he goes to, he finds some issue with it, right? Oh, this car has that issue, this issue, that issue, right? So it's been like 2 or 3 years. It's like, bro, like, when are you going to get the McLaren? When are you going to get these Lamborghini that you keep talking about? Like, and I get it. Right? He says, don't compare me. Yeah, I can see how right now we shouldn't be comparing you to CJ. CJ's on his 9th Lamborghini. You're like, you haven't even like entered the Lamborghini territory. You're not even on the first Lamborghini. Like I said, guys like Quan, there's a bunch of these guys, right? 21, 22, and they already got like 3-4 supercars under their belt. Like, what's holding Rell to Real from getting a supercar? It can't be like, man, it can't be these excuses that these dealers are doing him dirty. There's a lot of good dealers. I think he might probably just go into these like sketchy dealers. Like, he just goes out of his way to find these sketchy dealers and says, you know what, this might be good content. If I go there, I know we're going to have some kind of confrontation or some kind of conflict. But there's a bunch of good dealers. And this is what I'm saying, like, why is he's not working with the guys that are working with CJ on 32's? And if he doesn't want to use those guys because CJ on 32 got his own network, he could have worked with the people that Organic work with. He could have worked with the people that Tall Guy work with. Come on, man. There's like so many other like dealers. Like, I don't know, man. It's just something that's just not adding up.
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Man, why is this right here? Like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I would be a fool, like a straight up clown, if I didn't take this day as a sign not to do it. And this stupid ass fool didn't even know I could have been leaving out that dealership with that car today immediately. The fastest deal he would have ever done in his life. That's what's crazy.
Hold on. Let me replay this again. This is crazy what he just said. This would have been the fastest deal. Hold on.
This day as a sign not to do it. And this stupid ass fool didn't even know I could have been leaving out that dealership with that car today immediately. The fastest deal he would have ever done in his life.
So you're saying that deal would have been the fastest deal, right? Because of what? Because it was the right car and the right price range. But you were just at Ertz Motor, and the guy, I don't know if that's the owner or the manager, he asked them, what is your budget, right? Like, Rell, like, if you wanted a car today or whatever, you could have went to Ertz Motor like you were at right now and could have picked up a car. You could have bought a car, all right? Whether it's a Urus or Huracan. I haven't honestly checked their inventory. I think they had like can't remember. Is it like a yellow? Was that a yellow Huracan or a Aventador? So they had a Lamborghini there. I just don't remember what it was. So he could have bought a car from Ertz Motor. I don't know. It's like some part of me feels like Rell is just going to these like he I guess he researches the dealers that have issues or could be sketchy, or maybe dealers he knows he's not going to work with anymore long-term wise. So he's like, you know what? I can go there and create drama, stir up some drama, make a good video out of it, because they look like dealers that could be on some type of shit like that. And then I can just make it a video like that. It might just go viral. Because this has been going on for a while, man. Like I said, this has been going on for 2 years that he been saying he gonna get a McLaren, man. It's like, come on, man. You got to, like, get it now, all right? Quan is, like, 22. I'm not trying to pick on Quan, but, like, he's, like, a young, successful guy. And when he said he wanted something, he gets it. Rell's been saying, I'm going to get it, and he hasn't got it, man. CJ, yeah, I can see why he might be pissed off, people comparing him to CJ, but he ain't like CJ, especially after I read about Marty Mar making $700K. I think Marty Mar is actually going to get a Lamborghini before Rell.
That going in there to look at it. I was going in there because I was already approved, check gone through. Only thing I would have had to do was send him the papers to sign and me sign my papers, and the deal was done. The deal was done. Completely done.
Well, if the deal was done, then you didn't really need to go to the dealer. If you really wanted that 2012, that orange Lamborghini Aventador, you could have just called them up and say, I want the car. I mean, you're not going to be able to, like, the same thing with the McLaren, right? Him going to the dealer ain't going to, like, he's not going to be able to detect every issue that's wrong with the McLaren until he actually drives it. So it really makes no difference. Like, if he really wanted that Lamborghini, he could have just bought it while he's on the phone. They could have just run the credit, whatever, right? Send the paperwork. They could have shipped the car to his house. He didn't have to go there and record a video. If he really wanted that Aventador, right? They could have did all the paperwork. The car could have been shipped to his house. I mean, it's not like when he walks in and he test drives, he's not going to be able to detect all the problems with it. So it's like, if he really wanted it, and if it was the right car around the right budget or whatever, he could have got the car without even, like, stepping foot into the dealer and having to deal with the dealer, the owner, the manager being rude or racist or whatever, right? He could have just got the car on the phone. I'm sure on the phone they didn't have an issue with him. So I'm saying, like, it's just something is just not adding up.
So thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for everything that you put in front of me. Thank you for everything that you have blessed me with this year. You have overflowed me with blessings this year, and I can't do nothing but say thank you. Thank you for every blessing that's about to come. Thank you for what you have given me this week. Thank you for leading me down the right path throughout my life. And thank you for helping me stay calm through some of these situations that
Hey.
And I pray, amen. Y'all don't understand, like, my testimony. Y'all don't really understand what I've been through my life to be here where I'm at today, to sit here in front of y'all and preach to y'all and tell y'all it's different ways of being successful. It's different ways of making an income. It's different ways of knowing how to grind and get something without doing it the wrong and illegal way. It's different ways to become a multi-millionaire without having to fuck people over. It's different.
Bro, I don't know what that has to do with you getting a Lamborghini or a McLaren. Like, there's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to become a millionaire. Like, I don't know what that has to do with him getting the Lamborghini. Like, even if that dealer, all right, that dealer did you dirty, it was a bad, then the manager was rude or whatever, all right, it's over with. You just walked into Ertz Motor. They had so many cars there. You could have just bought a Lamborghini there. What was holding you back, right? You said that would have been the fastest deal. You could have done the fastest deal at Ertz Motor Cars. You could have done the fastest deal at Chicago Motor Cars. You could have done the fastest deal at CarMax. Like, you could have walked into any dealer and bought a car. I don't, like, and now he's, like, talking about, like, motivational stuff. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? I thought we were talking about you getting a McLaren or a Lamborghini. So people here are saying, Rell is not buying a Lambo. He's just window shopping for content. He milking these clickbait videos. Notice how he has problems at every place he goes to. Rell is just like Lawsuit Jerry. Lawsuit Rell. He talks trash about Chicago Auto, but the truth is he can't get financing like CJ. If you watch this video, he has to use certain company that he doesn't name. Oh, I didn't know that. Why can't he just use the same financing company as CJ on 32's? I thought CJ was the one that gave him the finance company. Rell complained for an hour. The owner said no. It is what it is. They see that bullshit jewelry and knew he was buying shit. Yeah, Lawsuit Rell. I saw that one right here too. Yeah, I just what do you guys think, man? Do you honestly think Rell is actually ever gonna buy a Lamborghini or a McLaren? Because this is it's not the dealers, right? Like he says, McLaren Boston did him dirty. This used car dealer for this Lamborghini did him dirty, right? But he was going to buy the Lamborghini Aventador. Well, if he was going to buy the Lamborghini Aventador and it was going to be the fastest deal, like he could have been on the phone. They could have processed all the paperwork on the phone by email. And that Lamborghini Aventador, that orange one, right? That could have been his car. He never had to really step foot into the dealer. You can buy a car without ever seeing the car in person. And once it's delivered, right, the same way like he detected all the problems with the McLaren, right? Like he told you guys, right? And he went there, he looked at it looked fine. He made several good videos, right? And then later on, he detected issues, the check engine light, that light, whatever, took it to a McLaren dealer in Texas. They said all these problems. And then McLaren of Boston ended up taking the car back, right? He could have done the same thing with that Aventador. Never had to step foot into the dealer. Could have bought the car. The car would have been shipped to his house. If there was issues with it, he could have returned it back. The same thing. So I'm just saying, like, if he really wanted that Aventador, he could have got it. But I feel like he wasn't. I feel like the plan all along, he wasn't going to get the car. He just knew that dealer, they had some issues, whatever, bad reviews, or a mixture of some reviews. So he was like, I think this might be a good opportunity. It might be a good video to create some drama or whatever. Because it's been 2 years, man. Like, if he was going to get a McLaren, Quan has 3 supercars. What is Rell waiting on? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this.